Hi, my name is Matthew Denton. I'm reporting. My report was done on the parking problem on campus. I have three different ideas I came up with and researched to see how other schools conducted their parking problem to fix their issues, as well as I went through and got a designed parking garage and figured out what the cost would be in different places to get the funding. Uh, my first idea was I came up with the idea of just to increase the parking passes. I realized after doing some research that Tarleton's parking costs were extremely below what other schools were. I think we were $50 a year, not including summer school, and summer school is only $10 for the semester each. And so when I looked at other schools such as Baylor and some other smaller universities up in further northeast, they were charging around $300 to $400 a semester for parking. And some of those schools had close to four or five other parking garages. Um, my suggestion was to increase the rate to encourage people who live close to campus but are slightly off campus from actually wanting to drive to campus and park. It encouraged them to walk so they wouldn't have to do spending that $300 a semester or a year, excuse me, to park. Uh, my second idea, which actually I think is my favorite idea of all three, is to give the incoming freshmen an incentive to not bring their cars to campus by giving them a $500 scholarship each semester they don't have their car on campus. This is also kind of acts as a two-pronged deal. It also helps students that don't actually have a lot of cash and can't really afford much school, help them cover costs of school. And at the same time, they don't have a car on campus, so you have to lower the amount of cars that would be here every day. Um, my third idea I came up with, which is actually, I think, for the long-term solution, the most effective was to build an on-campus parking garage. There are several different places around campus that you could actually build a pretty large parking garage that could hold 400 or 500 different, parking slots that would really put a dent into the lack of parking spots we have currently, especially with the incoming amount of students. Um, my what I proposed is I went online, I did some research, and I found in 2012 Marshall University built a parking garage that had 480 car parking slots, and they did this at around $6.7 million. And I proposed that we could actually build something just as good and as large as that on campus, and probably keep it a little bit under budget. Um, where I came up with my budget came from, I came up with 6.4 million, and that came out of the budget for concrete, building and elevators, land excavation, masonry work, electrical work, yearly fees, and architectural fees. I Just for the concrete alone, you'd have to have a $216,000 budget. The elevators is $16,000 budget because you need to have one to address the codes. Electrical work was $250,000 for lighting and having crossing guards when you come in and keep people in and out of the parking garage. Land excavation was 2.2 million, and masonry work was another 3.1 million. The fee for an architect, is usually 10%, and that 10% will be roughly $586,000. The maintenance for the year to upkeep one of these parking garages would be about $159,000 per semester. That includes wages for people to maintain the light bulbs or maintain, pick up trash or whatever maintenance problems you might have, as well as just like the electric bill, because I'm sure someone's going to pay that. My funding proposal would be coming from people, the school increasing the parking passes. If you increase the cost of the parking passes, you could double the amount of incoming cash for the university, which could also help pay for the it would actually help pay for this parking garage. Currently, $50 a student for the year. I think the incoming cash was like $440,000 a year just for having it $50. If they would increase this to a more competitive rate that other universities do, that number could jump substantially. And that would house a large amount of students, not to mention the convenient factor that you'd have being right next to campus instead of having to drive around for 25 minutes trying to find a spot and then having to walk halfway across campus to get to your building. Not only would it be a very convenient thing, it'd be very effective, and it would not use up a large amount of land. You don't have to keep buying more area around the university. You can build right here on campus and go up instead of out.